Ciryl Gane, your time has come. Hello ladies and gentlemen, in today's video we are going to be going through every single Ciryl Gane foul, and by the time we are done you will be forced to agree, if you don't already, that Ciryl Gane is the dirtiest fighter to ever exist in MMA and definitely in the current times. So I know we're all thinking, alright, I know Ciryl Gane's a dirty fighter. You don't have to tell me. Well, I have to tell some of you, but most of us understand that he's a dirty fighter. I don't think you guys quite understand just how dirty he is, and that's the point of today's video. We will be going through every single foul, fouls you didn't even know existed. You're thinking of the back of the headshots, the eye pokes. There's more, trust me. So let's get right into it. Let me get out of your way. Let me get right into the back of the screen over here. Now let's shrink down a little bit. A little like that. Now let's shrink down from the top. All right, I'm going to stay here for the rest of this video. And you should be seeing this fight right now. Now I know what you're asking. What the hell is this? This is not even in the UFC. And you are right, my friend. This is not in the UFC. This is way before. Let's go all the way back to Ciryl Gane's first fight ever in MMA. I did watch his kickboxing fights too, some of them, but it's much harder to foul in kickboxing. There's not as many things to do. For example, no eye pokes. He did land a crafty headbutt in one of his fights, but it wasn't enough for this video. We're just going to focus on MMA for today. So let's get right into the first fight. And what is Ciryl Gane up to? In case you can't tell, this guy right here on top is Ciryl Gane. Don't worry, we will zoom in. And it's all in 0.5 speed because I don't want to get in trouble. So be patient. Let's see what he's up to. He has just taken down his opponent and he's going right in for 12-6 elbows. That's a 12-6. Another 12-6. Another one. And now from here, okay, nice uppercut. And then what does he go back to? 12-6. And one more, another 12-6. And it's getting another 12-6. It's so out of hand that referee Jason Herzog over here, hello, what are you doing? You're supposed to be in the UFC. This is a couple years ago. So Jason, 2018, as it says right over here. This is Jason Herzog, and he grabs Ciryl Gane's hand and pleads with him, please stop doing 12-6 elbows. They're fucking illegal. And so what does he do? Let's see. Any more crafty ones, or is that it? Okay, so he went back up to the regular punches now. Nice, good for him. So let's see that one more time. When does this video start at? Okay, right here. I got crafty little notes. So 12-6, another 12-6. And now you have to imagine, if we already know that at the end of this clip, Jason Herzog grabs his arm and pleads with him to stop throwing 12-6. So you have to imagine, because we're pretty far, he has to be telling Ciryl Gane, please stop. Stop throwing 12-6. Careful from 12-6. Because the first reaction of a referee is not to grab the opponent's arm. They usually first tell them. So what we have to assume happened is that Herzog warned him right away, and Ciryl Gane didn't stop, and that's why Herzog had to grab his arm. So let's see. Hey, Gane, careful from 12-6, careful from 12-6, careful from 12-6. He's already about to step in to, like, hold his hand. And he goes right, okay, Gane, that's it, enough. Okay, now it's too much. And so now he comes right back in. Hey, he grabs his fucking arm. Bro, stop throwing 12-6 elbows. So nothing much, you know, just casually his first fight in MMA, already breaking the rules. And if any of you dare say, oh, but 12-6 elbows are not even illegal anymore. Well, so what? They were illegal back then, and I don't care how pointless the rule is. I don't think 12-6 elbows should be illegal, but that's not the point. The point is, we are establishing a pattern here. A pattern where Ciryl Gane doesn't care about the rules. It's that simple, and that's going to be the theme of this video. I don't think he's specifically trying to do the illegal move. He's just trying to be as effective as possible, and if a 12-6 elbow is more effective, then fuck it, we're doing 12-6 elbows, and the referee will have to stop me, and so the referee holds his hand, and physically gets him to stop, and from then on, they're basically legal. The last one, maybe he landed one more, but yeah, so that's just the first foul, one of many, and let's move on, because you guys thought it was over, to the next fight. This is his second fight in MMA. This is also not in the UFC. He's been very active before the UFC with fouls, don't worry about it. So, this first one, let me check my crafty notes over here. Nice. This one's a nice one, guys. You're in for a good one. So what does he do? And this is when we first see, when he was still developing his eye poke. So this is like, it's not the cleanest eye poke because it was still in the works. So let's see. Nice. So knee into the eye poke. You guys got that? You want to see it again? This is a crafty one. So circling around. Knee, eye poke. Let's push right off those eyes. You guys got that? So, and this is a crafty little move that he likes to do, and this is still in development. Now, this guy, he's a Chad. He didn't call it out, but we all got it, right? We all see this loud and clear. One more time for the people at home. He goes for the knee, and what does he do on the way out? Look, his hand's already ready. He's already holding the guy's face. He's just about to frame off. Eye poke. He comes away, and then in. This is good. We're analyzing the technique because we're going to see the evolution of this technique. Trust me. All right? We're going to see the evolution of this eye poke technique right here. But this is just early stages. Gane, his second only fight in the UFC, already fouling again. Now, this is not where he finished with the fouls. He fouled again in this fight at 1 minute and 6 seconds. So 10 seconds later, he fouled again. He couldn't help himself. What did he do? He finally, so he hurts this poor bastard. I mean, look, okay, guys, we just have to acknowledge Ciryl Gane's a really good fighter, right? Now that we acknowledge that, and he's really good, and he doesn't have to foul, but he does it anyway. So let's see what's up. So he gets this guy down to one knee, clearly on one knee. Let's all look at this together. This knee is on the ground. So he lands a ground and pound shot, and, all right, yeah. And now what? And look, whoa, he's about to throw the hammer fist. He's about to throw the back of the head hammer fist, but he just wasn't confident in it yet. Don't worry, he'll get confident in the back of the head hammer fist. But as of right now, we're sticking to legal shots. And what does he do? Boom! Now, as you can clearly see, this guy's knee is on the ground. So not just did you eye poke this motherfucker, you just had to. He just couldn't help himself. He had to knee this guy in the face while he was on the ground. And now let's look at his reaction. He knees him again, so it's not like Ciryl Gane's like, oh, my bad. He's trying to get away with this. Knees him right in the face. This guy's like, yo, what the hell is... First of all, this guy sort of looks like Tai Tuivasa, especially in the blurriness. But that does not matter. Point is, he's looking at the ref for help. Ref, do something, please. Ciryl Gane lands another punch right in the face. He's taking advantage. He just fouled somebody. The guy's complaining, and he takes that moment to punch him in the face. Now, the referee steps in, and we'll see the thing that Ciryl Gane loves to do when he fouls, which is he's just dumbfounded. He has no idea what just happened. What? What happened here? I didn't do anything. What's wrong? A knee right to the guy's face while he was down? No way. That doesn't sound like something I would do. So let's look at that knee one more time. We got the ground and pound. He faked the back of the headshot because people are scared of that. Comes back for one more ground and pound, and then hip out, and boom, right to the face, illegal. And that's why we love Ciryl Gane, right? Just doing the illegal stuff. Now, we are going to go all the way over to another platform to see another clip of this fight. Guys, by the way, this has been very hard to get these clips. I don't have all of the websites to get them, so I have been scouring the internet trying to find them. And we have one more clip to show you from this fight. This is only his second fight. We've already shown one foul in his first fight, and so far, he already eye-poked the guy, and then kneed him while he was on the ground, and punched him as he was trying to complain to the ref. Now let's see how he TKOs this guy. And we'll see a pattern when he TKOs people. He cannot do it cleanly for the life of his. Let's see what he does. You guys ready? So, knee, nice. Nice uppercut. He drops the guy. Fair play. Now what does he do? He grabs the cage. Because why not? If the cage is there for leverage, why not grab it? I don't care that it's illegal. Just grab the cage anyway. So grabs the cage and lands a whole bunch of ground and pound shots as he's grabbing the cage. Boom, boom, boom. And I know what you're saying. Come on, he's landing ground and pound shots. Stop being so nitpicky. The cage probably isn't even adding that much, right? The cage, like, he's just landing the ground and pound, right? I'm making a steel man for you because, guys, watch this cage. Watch this cage. The whole cage is shaking. Now, what does it mean when the whole cage is shaking as you're holding onto it and punching with the other arm? It means he's using a lot of energy from pulling on the cage. The way physics work, if you're pulling on something, you can push the other way, right? And also, if it wasn't effective, why would he do it? That's my question for you. Why would he grab the cage if it didn't add? Anyway, so let's look at this one more time. Crafty little grabbing the cage as he's ground and pounding the guy to TKO. So this poor bastard had to go against, first of all, he's just a poor guy because he had to go against Ciryl Gane when nobody knew who that guy was. But yeah, Ciryl Gane, eye poke, knee to the grounded opponent, and then ultimately ends it with ground and pound while grabbing the cage. So, fair play, right? This was all before the UFC. Now, the guy has finally made it to the UFC. And what does he do when he makes it to the UFC? So this is against, it's right here. Dontel Mays, right? Let me check the notes. So, he's got a couple fouls in this one, as one might assume. The first thing he's going to do is a crafty little eye poke. Let's see it. Well, I don't know. This is a groin kick. So let's just see this real quick. Whoa, you're not supposed to have sound at all. Okay, let's try again. So he goes for the groin kick. Let's just see that real quick. Boom. Everybody got a good look at that? So this is his, and I want to give you first credit, Ciryl Gane, because I'm pretty sure this is his 5th fight. So that means after his first 2 fights where he completely fouled both of the guys, he took a little bit of break of fouling, right? And I was rooting for you because it makes my video longer the more you foul. So I really didn't want Ciryl Gane to foul that much because it's just more research for me. So he had 2 fights where he didn't foul anyone, and for that, you have my kudos. But now he's right back to kicking the guy. We come right back to his foot on someone's balls, somewhere it should never be in an MMA fight. Boom. We all happy with that? And then he brings the hands up. He's already like, whoa, I didn't do anything. But fair play because Ciryl Gane in this specific one, should we see that one more time? Let's see it. It sounds like you guys said yes. Let's just look at this one more time. Foot on groin. Boom. Thank you very much. And now this guy in the corner is recovering from this. All good. That's it, right? There's no way he fouled again in this fight. There's no fucking way. I agree with you. It would be ridiculous if fucking 1.5 minutes later, he was already back to fouling. Are you guys ready? So what are we doing over here? This is where I'm going to show you guys. This is still in development, the eye poke, right? So I just want you guys to see something. Look, the eyes are already stretched out. They're already getting ready. And just look at this. This is crafty. So watch. Boom. Eyes right in his face. And this one, I believe this was part of a combo, right? Yeah, this was a legendary combo. When I saw this, what a combo. So watch this. This, I believe he calls it the knee stomp to eye poke combo. Let's look real quick. Knee stomp. Crafty, he tries to come in, eye poke, thou shalt not pass. You will not come forward. He's not even like just stabbing. And this is what he loves to do with his eye pokes. He loves digging around with his fingers as he eye pokes people. So let's just see that again. He goes for the knee kick right into the crafty eye poke. You thought you were going to cover the distance on me? No, sir. They talk about Ciryl Gane like he's this master of like footwork, but you're a master of eye poking people, and therefore they can't chase after you. It's very hard to follow somebody when they're doing this, right? Now, I know you think that it's over, and it's over for fouls, but I just want to show you guys something. You'd assume after he eye poked somebody, and the ref didn't warn him for this, by the way, at all, like the ref was there and has done nothing, you'd assume that that was over. But let's go to 1647, and I'm going to clarify this isn't an eye poke, but what it is something that's close to an eye poke. So, just watch this. Boom. So, what is he doing over here? What he's doing is he's reaching, and let's look at Dontel Mays real quick. In fact, let's go in 0.25 speed. Dontel Mays is looking directly at Ciryl Gane. Now let's look at the trajectory of Ciryl Gane's fingers. Let's look. Now he's fast. Now look at this. Okay, this is the perfect freeze frame. Look at where the eyes are, and look at where the fingers are. If Dontel Mays does not turn to avoid the eye poke, he is getting eye poked right in the face. Luckily, Dontel Mays turns and gets slapped in the face instead. But this is illegal because, as you guys know, the rule of eye pokes, it's not just illegal to eye poke someone, it's illegal to have your fingers pointing at someone's face like this. They have to be pointed up. That's what all the refs say. You can't do this. Ciryl Gane loves to track distance like this, and that is illegal. So that's it for Dontel Mays. Just casually got groin kicked, and then got eye poked, and then was in a position where if he didn't move, he'd get eye poked again. So this is just so far to establish Ciryl Gane and his patterns. Let's move on to the next fight, and this is where, so I believe after this he had another fight or two where he didn't foul anyone. I don't remember who they were, but he might have had like one more fight we didn't foul. Now from here on out, he has 11 more fights in the UFC, and 10 out of 11 he fouls. Yes, you heard me correctly. There's only one fight from this JDS fight until the end of his career, which has just well, not the end of his career obviously, but the end of the fights that he has so far, that he doesn't foul, and that is the Francis Ngannou fight. And other than that, he fouls in every single fight starting here. So let's just see what he does over here. And this is very interesting. We're going to watch, obviously we're going to watch a foul. So let's see what it is. So, he comes in, and it's a crafty groin strike right there. Kick to the balls. He loves this. We've already saw this. We just saw it in the last fight, and here he does it again. Boom! Nice groin strike. Referee comes in. JDS is a man, so he says, let's keep on going, and we're right back into it. But let's see something interesting over here, because it's not over. The ref is about to continue the fight. He turns to Ciryl Gane, and he says this. Now, if you guys don't know what this means, it's stop fucking trying to poke the other guy's eyes out. Now, why would he be saying that? For Ciryl Gane, he's not known for poking people's eyes. Well, let's go back to this groin shot, because, guys, I tricked you. You thought we were looking at a groin shot. We were not just looking at a groin shot. We were looking at an attempted eye poke as well. Let's look at this hand right over here, his lead hand, his right arm, and let's see what it does as he goes for the groin shot. So he already did this. He already kind of put it in his face, but that's not what I'm doing. Boom! You guys, it's quick. It's quick. And Ciryl Gane's very quick with it. It's a little eye poke, leg kick. This is groin kick. And he pulls this off again in his career. Don't worry, we'll go over that. Let's look again. You ready? Eye poke, leg kick. One more time. Whoa, excuse me. Okay, go back a little bit. Eye poke, leg kick. Eye poke, leg kick. It's so quick, but the referee, hey, no, I do not want to see that. The referee caught it. The referee caught it enough to tell him after, keep your fingers to yourself, bro. So that's the JDS one. You guys think that he's over abusing JDS? No, sir. Let's see what else he did to this poor bastard. So we already had an eye poke groin kick, right? Now what? Now, this is a crazy freeze frame. Because look what he's already doing again. Look at this. 3 fingers, and there's probably a 4th one in there, I'm assuming, unless he lost one for this fight, all pointing directly at JDS's face. So if JDS wanted to pressure him as the fighter with the shorter arms, he wouldn't be able to because there are eyes waiting for him in case he tries to cover the distance. Now let's see. So, and I'm going to call this the thou shall not pass because that's kind of what this is. It's like, thou shall not pass. You will not come any closer. So he goes the thou shall not pass. Look at that. Just completely in his face. Now he's going to hit him with, what is he going to hit him with now? Let's see. A second thou shall not pass. Don't even think about it. You thought I forgot. I'm still holding these fingers out. Now he's going to hit him with another thou shall not pass. Straight into the jab. It's a thou shall not pass into the jab. Beautiful. And from here, he rocked JDS badly. You can tell because JDS is looking nowhere near Ciryl Gane at this moment. JDS is looking at the floor. He's looking at the fucking monster symbol. And now from here, Gane covers distance. Punches down. All legal. Now you guys are ready? Are you guys ready for this? You guys are not ready for this. By the way, I saw that little sneaky little thumb. He threatened him with the thumb too over there, right? Now from here, he gets a hold of him. Knees him to the body. Are you guys ready? And now this, I'm just going to warn you. We all know what's going to happen over here. But people are saying that JDS turned, and that's why this happened. So let's look very closely. Boom! Elbow right to the back of the head. And this is, okay, so let's talk about back of the head before we keep on going with this. There's been Herb Dean, and now we have Big John McCarthy coming out and talking about the 2 inches, and really it's just the nape of the neck and the 2 inches. Let's talk about it. So this is even from the horse's mouth themselves, these referees. Back of the head, it's considered back of the head in the nape of the neck, which is the part that's like the neck part of it. It's right under the bone, right under the skull. And then from the crown of the head, I don't know what the crown is, but basically the back of the head, from like the top over here until the middle over here, it has a 2-inch, 1 inch variant on each side, so basically 2 inches. Now, the way they describe it, you'd think 2 inches is like this much, because they're like, it's just 2 inches, just this much. Guess what we have? A ruler. That's right, boys. We are going to fraud check the 2 inches. This is 2 inches. It's not this. It's about 3 fingers. I have 3 fingers right now, and that's about 2 inches. So this much is 2 inches. 2 inches is a lot, boys. 2 inches, it's not that bad, 2 inches. Okay, so this is 2 inches. Look at it on my face. This is how it would be on the back of the head. So it's a nice little chunk. This is 2 inches right here, right? So now that we have all this information, let's look at what part of the head he hit with that fucking elbow. Boom! So in this case, he actually hit the nape of the neck. He didn't even hit the back of the head. And the nape of the neck, all of it's illegal, not just the 2 inches. We just have to cover that for the future. So he hits him right to the back of the head. And the only like real argument I've heard from people about this is that JDS turned with the elbow. So let's be the judge of that. Let's see, did JDS turn with this elbow? Where is JDS facing right now? Is he facing Ciryl Gane? No, he isn't. So he's already facing away. Now he's facing over here. Now he's facing over here. And now, okay, right here, as he's throwing the elbow, where is JDS facing? JDS is facing this direction right here. So he's not turning anywhere. But then something happened. An elbow came from right behind him and smashed his face forward. So yeah, so I don't want to hear any of this. He turned with it, blah, blah, blah. He did not turn. The elbow literally smashed him forward, and that's what caused him to turn. Elbow right to the back of the head, and that drops him. So he literally got dropped with an illegal shot. And then let's see. And then another punch right to the back of the head, and another punch right to the back of the head. Anything else? Or is that it, ref? We've seen enough back of the head shots, and that is a TKO over JDS, all from punches to the back of the head. Dirty fighter. Guys, like, this is, I'm telling you, this is every single fight. Like, this is his, okay, he doesn't have a single TKO in the UFC that doesn't involve back of the head shots. This is just the first of many. Let's go into the next one. You guys ready? We got this all day. So, I'd like to thank whoever made this mashup of all of Ciryl Gane's fouls. We're not going to be using most of it, but these next fouls, I actually couldn't find better footage anywhere else. So, I'm sorry for ripping you off, man, but you have good footage. So, thank you for that. I'm going to be using it. So, let's see what he did in his next fight against Derek Lewis. No, that's not against Derek Lewis. It's against, where are you? Blah, 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 blah. Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Let's look at what you did to poor Jairzinho Rozenstruik. This was a masterclass in fouls, this next fight. You guys ready? That's the JDS ones. Okay, let's look. Right away, coming off of the bat, out of the bat, right away with a nice little teep to the groin. Okay, nothing much. Yo, bro. Okay, come on. My balls are hurting. Please don't do that again. And then Ciryl Gane is like, oh yeah, fair play. Like, he's trying to resume the action. What are you doing? Why is this hand out? You don't get to resume the action. You're supposed to step out of the way. The referee comes in, checks if he's okay, and then asks him, are you ready to continue? And then he says yes, and then Ciryl Gane can come back in. You don't get to resume this on your own by pressuring him. But Jairzinho Rozenstruik is like, what's going on over here? You just, okay, fine, yeah, whatever. I guess I'm okay. It's like, okay, whatever. Even though he's still fouled. So now the ref is coming in and is like, hey, you're not the ref. I'm the ref. Are you okay? And he's like, okay, we're okay. And right into an eye poke. Sorry, we kind of missed that a little bit. Let's look at that eye poke again. Boom, eye poke. Thou shalt not pass. He hit him with the thou shalt not pass. This is like Jon Jones 101 over here. I'm sure that growing up as a kid, he was just like a big fan of Jon Jones, and that's what caused all this. But yeah, just nice little palming on the forehead right here. Let's look at that one more time. But just a little palm on the forehead, poking this guy's eyes. He's complaining again. And what does Ciryl Gane do? Come on, let's continue. Let's continue. And then right away back into a groin strike. Jesus Christ, man. Leave him alone. What has he done to you? What has he done to you? Eye poke, are you okay? Boom, right into the groin. Thank you very much. Groin strike. It's like he has to alternate. He didn't want to do two groin strikes and two eye pokes, so he went groin strike, eye poke, groin strike again, and now we already understand the pattern. So what comes after this? If it isn't but an eye poke. So he eye pokes him again, right into the kicking him in the knee. And it's nice because he always combos it with something. He'll never just throw the foul. The foul is like a part of a combo. So in this instant, it's an eye poke into a strike to the knee, right? So let's look at it again. Eye poke right into the knee. He's saying, what the fuck, man? You've already fouled me 3 times so far. This is the 4th foul in this fight. And Ciryl Gane is like, come on, man. Give me some high five. Let's just continue. Like, why are you even complaining? He's so dismissive of it. That's what pisses me off. There's no accountability from him. He doesn't feel bad for this. He's getting away with it. And of course he won this fight, as he wins most of his fights, but he cheats a lot. And he's looking at the ref like, I don't know why this guy keeps on complaining that I'm putting my fingers in his eyes. That sounds like your personal problem, bro. And then just to, this is like his magnum opus, we'll call it, right? This is his magnum opus right here. So far we've had the eye poke, the groin strike, the eye poke, and the groin strike. Or the other way around. I think it was groin strike, eye poke, groin strike, eye poke. Either way, now he's going to combine them. It's like, class, let's put everything we've learned together right now and go for a nice little groin strike, eye poke. Boom, together. We got Now put it all together. You know what I mean? Now put it all together. So let's see. Now put it all together. Boom, boom. Beautiful. So what is that? That's 6 fouls in one fight. We have a groin strike, an eye poke, a groin strike, an eye poke, and then a combo of them together. Just beautiful stuff. Masterful. Jon Jones is watching like a poor papa from home seeing this stuff. Like, man, good stuff. Wow, I never thought of the eye poke and the groin strike together. This guy's coming up with all kinds of technique. All right, so enough of this, and now let's move on to his next fight, the very next fight of Alexander Volkov versus, obviously, Ciryl Gane. And this is the first time they fought. So let's see. This one was, compared to what he's doing over here, this is nothing. Let's just see this. Look at him in pain. And he's like, wow, come on, man. God damn it. Anyway, let's move on to him in the middle of eye poking Alexander Volkov. A nice little palm on the face, thumb looking like it's in the eye. And that is illegal. I don't know if you guys know this. Eye pokes are illegal. And Ciryl Gane doesn't know this. It's just crazy how much he does this. He just fouls all the time. And he is obviously complaining because he is upset. Well, I did not mean to do that. He's complaining. Herb Dean comes in and warns him. Anyway, that's that. So we're just going to go by that one because there's so many fouls, guys. We're only like halfway through this. I don't know how long this video is going to be. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be longer than the other ones because just look at how much we're dealing with over here. Let's move on to the next fight because that one, it's just an eye poke, guys. Whoa, we're just in with eye pokes. Let's check the notes for what we're going to do over here. Oh, nice, guys. Congratulations. We're moving on to the second page of notes full of fouls. I have notes of fouls over here. Okay, so this one, he only has 2 fouls in this fight. Very nice. What's the first one? Nice little crafty cage grab. You guys ready? So Derek Lewis is grabbing him, and Derek Lewis is wrestling for his life because he's getting outstruck badly in this fight. You know it's bad when Derek Lewis is wrestling. So he's wrestling Ciryl Gane, and what does Ciryl Gane do? But a crafty cage grab right here that is stopping the momentum of him getting taken down. One more time. You guys want to see this again? So 1356. You know, I could just, hold on. There we go. Okay, let's see this again. You guys want to see the crafty cage grab? 3, 2, 1. Grabs the cage. Nice. Nice. Kept him up. Good for you. Whoa. Excuse me. Enough for that. And now let's go on to 1648. And this is when he keeps on the pattern. of TKOing his opponents with ground and pound, with back of the head ground and pound. So, oh, beautiful. Look at this. So he's got Derrick Lewis down. And look at it. So this arm can hit right the side of the head over here. And he could have finished this fight, as he can at most, without back of the head shots. But what does he choose to do? So that one was fine, but he didn't land. So he's like, God damn it, I'd rather land punches than not. So let me just do the illegal ones. So boom, illegal, boom, illegal, boom, illegal, another illegal, another illegal, another illegal, another illegal, another illegal, another one, another one, another one, another one, another one. Okay, that one was legal. Whoa! There was a legal strike between the 15 illegal ones. Are you guys satisfied with that? Should we see it again? Takes him down. That was a legal one, right? Are you guys ready? Should we count? Should we count? Let's put this in 0.25 speed. Let's count all the illegal strikes. Okay, that's very slow. Hold on. Okay, that one was legal. Okay, that one came down sideways. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the ref looking at? 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Any more? And then one legal one, just for safe measure. The ref finally has seen a legal ground and pound shot, and he decided to stop the fight. Who is this? This is Dan Miragliotta, isn't it? I can tell the back of your head from anywhere. I'm pretty sure it's Dan Miragliotta, just watching ground and pound right to the back of the head and doing nothing about it. And so that's the Derrick Lewis fight. So let's move on to the next fight. And now we are at the Tai Tuivasa fight. Now, what does he do? We've seen a pattern. So far, he's been ending all of his fights with ground and pound to the back of the head. So what does he do in this one? The next TKO on his record. Let's see. Boom. Oh, okay. Let's just say something. So in between those two fights was the Francis Ngannou fight, and that was the fight that he lost, and that was a fight where, surprise, surprise, he has done no fouls. So I guess this is what he learned. I'm going to have to start fouling some bitches because I'm losing the fights that I'm not, right? So now he comes back to the fouling. So let's see. So he lands this great uppercut. It wobbles Tai Tuivasa. Totally fair. He landed that punch to the side of the head. Totally fair. This one comes up. And now let's look. So he's loading up this punch. What are you going to do with that punch, bro? Because all I see is back of the head. He hesitated. Whoa! He hesitated. He did not throw the back of the head shot. This is like the Ciryl Gane version of like the demon in his head telling him, Ciryl, don't throw the back of the head shot. Don't throw it. And then he's like, man, I have to stop listening. I have to stop listening to the demons. I have to start listening to the guys that are telling me to hit the back of the head. So what does he do? One more up. And now, just look at this. Boom! There is no way in hell that's not the back of the head. The way he swung that up. And then, of course, what happens next? Boom, drops him, and then the fight is over. Now, I'm not saying he was going to lose this fight at all. He was probably going to win by TKO. It doesn't stop from the fact that this is an illegal shot. Boom! Right to the back of the head. That's the nape of the neck. The part that the referees are, they love going to like, it's really only the nape of the neck. Well, where the fuck was that at? What's this? Tell me, ref, what is he hitting right now? You guys ready? Boom! Right to the back of the head. And afterwards drops Tai Tuivasa, and then the fight is over. I don't think he's a dirty fighter, guys. I've changed my mind after seeing all these fouls. Dirty? Ciryl Gane, dirty? Let's move on to Jon Jones. Now this one, respect. I respect you, Ciryl Gane, for this one. He out Jon Jones. This was a Jon Jones proud moment over here. 4 seconds into the fight. If they both left when the timer was at 5 minutes, they just met each other. This is the first strike of the fight. It took them 4 seconds to get here. So let's see. What's the first thing he does 4 seconds into the fight? Boom! Right away, groin strike into the crafty eye poke. So remember back when he was working on this technique? Who was he working on it against? Was it first he was using the stomp into the eye poke? I think against Jairzinho Rozenstruik, he did the eye poke into the knee to the groin. He's trying this out on everyone. And this is when he perfected it. This is when he finally got it perfectly. Groin strike into the eye poke. Jon Jones look at him like, how the tables have turned. He's looking at Ciryl Gane. Man, I heard of you. I've heard of your stuff. I didn't know you were this good. That's how he's looking at it right now. I didn't know you were this good. Now let's look at Ciryl Gane's reaction to having just kicked Jon Jones in the groin and then eye poking him. What? What? How has this not become a meme? This image right over here. What? Por favor. What's going on over here? S'il vous plaît. What? Margador, what have I done wrong? He looks like he's being picked on. What? What the fuck is this, man? What do you mean what? What do you mean what? He looks like he just landed in space and he's like, where the hell am I? He's walking back in shock. What has just happened, man? I don't understand. Ah, classic, classic. The UFC is just against me. Classic opponent complaining about my fouls. Why does this always happen to me? Why do my opponents just always like complain about my fouls? God damn it. He looks, he's been screwed over, guys. That's it. He's been screwed over. His opponent's just complaining about his fouls. Now let's see it in slow-mo, in super slow motion, because we have slow-mo the slow-mo. Okay, hurry up, hurry up. Groin strike. Okay, any second now. I'm gonna keep on pausing because I don't want the UFC to take down this video. They might anyway, so enjoy it while it lasts. Groin strike, and then into the crafty eye poke. You guys ready? His leg is currently on John Jones's balls, which it should never be at. And then he's gearing it up. You guys ready? Watch the eye, watch the eye. Let's pause it for a second. And boom! Thou shall not pass. Eye pokes him with the pinky, bam. And the other hand was out too. His favorite things. This was great. Just another impressive foul or double foul from Ciryl Gane. I don't know what that was. Let's move on to the very next fight in his career against Sergey Pavlovich. Oh, this fucking poor guy. Let's look at all this stuff that happened in this one. Blah, 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 blah. Ah, nice. Okay, he only fouls 3 times in this fight, guys. Everybody calm down. The first one, and this is not really a foul. I just want you... Oh, it is actually. Never mind. Take that back. So, he already has a great clear line, eye line of Sergey Pavlovich's eyes. He's gearing up the arm. This is going to be an eye poke, if you haven't noticed. So, he pulls it back. He tricked him. He thought it was going to be this hand. Oh, boom. It's the other arm. Excuse me. Eye poke, rake. So he did, there's 2 kinds of eye pokes. There's the poke and there's the rake, right? And he did both of these techniques here because he's the master of eye pokes. So let's look at the right arm. A nice little poke and rake. Ah, stop. Stop. Poke, rake. Poke, rake. I bet he's been practicing this. You know, like Karate Kid, like wax on, wax off. He goes poke, rake, poke, rake, poke, rake. I heard he spends time in the field just raking it just to practice the eye poke. Should we look at it one more time? Poke, rake. And now Sergey Pavlovich is complaining, bro, you poked me in the fucking eye. And Mark Goddard doesn't even do anything about it because Ciryl Gane has his fucking nonchalant, like, I don't even know what you're talking about moment. So that's why this all pays off. He always acts confused because then nothing happens. So let's move on to when he does the back of the head ground and pound. Should we see it? Everybody ready for the back of the head ground and pound? Gear up. Let's go to 908. Excuse me. Okay, 907. Close enough. So, punch to the side of the head. Boom! I know what you're thinking. That looked to the side of the head, but it was the nape of the neck. And what have we learned about nape of the neck? If it hits the nape of the neck, it's automatically illegal. It doesn't have to be the 2 inches. So, let's look at that one more time. You guys ready? This is the nape of the neck right here. And boom, right to the nape of the neck. Now, you can say Sergey Pavlovich is moving around a lot, and that's why the back of the head happened. But I have a question for you. When you're swinging on a downward motion on an opponent, and you're not hitting the top of the head, and they're bending down, what do you think you're going to hit? You're not going to hit the front of their face when you're going downwards because they're not looking up at the sky. They're looking down. You're going to be hitting the back of their head. So this is just complete negligence from Ciryl Gane. Anything else from this one? I think he does a couple more. He's crafty with it. A nice little uppercut that missed. And he's like, man, that uppercut missed. Let's go back to what I know best, which is back of the head. He wasn't even moving in this one. There's no excuse because Sergey Spivak is not even moving here. He just straight up little hammer fist to the nape of the neck. Anything else? Another little crafty hammer fist to the nape of the neck. Boom. And that one, I'll give you leeway and say that one's legal because it was definitely the head. It wasn't nape. But that could have easily hit the 2 inches. But it's okay. We have so many fouls. We don't have to be picky. We don't have to choose all of them. You can have that one, Ciryl Gane. We'll give you that one as a legal one. And Mark Goddard out here just doing nothing. I don't know why he's in the cage. We're not going to call fouls. So you're just here to stop the fight once he does enough. Anything else? Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Just one more. Just one more. Yeah. Boom. Nape of the neck. Okay. I like where we're paused right now. Where is Ciryl Gane's hand right now in the pausing motion? If it is not resting on the nape of the neck. This is the nape of the neck. Here, Ciryl Gane's hand is on the nape of the neck. It has gotten there by way of strike. He didn't just place it there nicely. Let's see again. This one comes up, swinging down at the back of the head, and then another one placing right on the nape of the neck. And it wasn't hard, but that's not how fouls work. It doesn't have to be a hard strike for it to be a foul. And now he continues with his ground and pound. Now, let's move on. We're still in this fight. We're not going anywhere. In the finishing sequence, there are 2 separate back of the head sequences. That's how much this guy loves throwing back of the head. So now he is framing on him. And let's see. Boom, back of the head. There's no way that can't be back of the head. If your opponent is looking down and you're coming downward, it can hit anywhere that isn't the back of the head. He loves these back of the head hammer fists. So he hits him with one over here. Anything else? Boom, right to the back of the head. That one we could say was legal maybe. Boom, right. That one's coming completely downward. Definitely in that 2-inch zone. Again, just a reminder, this is 2 inches, more than you think. Any other ones? Back of the head. Another one, please. Another back. Not enough back of the head ones over here. Boom, another one right to the nape of the neck. Any more? That you can see where the hand is, and you can see how Sergey Pavlovich. So if your head is moving downward, it means the punch is coming downward, and he is down. And Mark Goddard has seen enough, not because he's fouling or anything, just because now it's a good time to stop the fight. Again, he would have beaten Sergey Pavlovich anyway. Sergey Spivak anyway. He would have won the fight before this anyway. Again, well, no, he lost that one actually. Yeah, bitch. He lost that one to John Jones. Made every other person who fights you look bad because you fucking lost in a minute to John Jones for no reason, tapping to a bullshit guillotine. But anyway, that's not the worst thing you've done, as we're showing with all these fouls. So yeah, so that's that. So what did he do to him again? He eye poked back of the head in 2 different sequences. And let's move on. So I was going to have a joke because from memory, I didn't remember Gane versus Volkov 2 having any fouls. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to put an AI image of Ciryl Gane robbing Volkov by gunpoint, like having on that robber thing with the stripes and a little mask and a bag of coins or whatever and a gun. And I would be like, and then he robbed Volkov by gunpoint. But then I watched the video. I watched the fight back. And guess what? He just couldn't help himself. He just had to foul in this fight. He just had to. So let's see. So as we all know, this is a very close fight. So everything in this fight matters. And maybe if he used some more ground and pound to the back of the head, he would have won this fight. Who knows? But he never had a chance to do ground and pound. Anyway, he's on top of Volkov right now. And Volkov hits him with a nice little dummy sweep. Crafty little dummy sweep. And what does Ciryl Gane do? He's off balanced. He's falling backwards. Let's look at this momentum. And there's space between him and the cage. So if he falls down, Volkov gets up. This whole round changes. And this round ended up going to Ciryl Gane because of this position. So what does he do as he's falling backwards? Nice. Crafty cage grab right there. Just amazing. Look at where his hand is. Why is his hand up there if not to grab the cage? And it keeps him up. His butt never touches the ground because he caught the cage. And now he comes back up. You see the referee rushing in saying, hey man, don't grab the cage. But that doesn't matter. Like, if somebody grabs the cage, automatically point taken or Volkov should be allowed to get back up. Automatically it should be like that. Because it already changed the position. It doesn't matter that now you're warning him. It already had an effect. That's how it is with all these fouls. Ciryl Gane has never had a point taken from him. With all the fouls I'm showing you, and we're not even done yet. We have another 2 fights full of fouls that Ciryl Gane has committed. And never once has a point been taken from him. It's actually fucking ridiculous. Now, it's not even funny anymore. It's just ridiculous. He has done every single foul. I bet when John Jones watched his career, was like, man, like he was probably jealous. Because John Jones, as much as we think of him as someone who fouls, he's a one-trick pony. Nah, eye pokes. John Jones, the guy who eye pokes, that's it. Ciryl Gane has everything. We have knees to a grounded opponent. We have back of the head shots. We have 12 to 6 elbows. We have cage grabs. We have eye pokes as well, obviously. We just have everything. We have done it all. Groin strikes, right? So, anyway, he grabs the cage, and that's what keeps him up. Whoa, was this head still on the cage that whole time? Let's see this again. So he falls back, grabs the cage to keep himself up, stands up, and his head, his head was still on the cage. He was caught red-handed. This is crazy. Let's see this one more time. Falls down, he gets up, referee, bro, stop. He's like, I'm not grabbing the cage. Well, what's this then? Why do you still have a fistful of cage in your hand? Jesus Christ, man. So let's move on. Anyway, and then this fight, he ended up robbing Volkov. Everybody knows Volkov won. Everybody knows that. But because this guy just has a unlimited title glitch, because he fights he fights John Jones, loses, just beats Sergey Spivak by back of the head ground and pound, fights, wait, no, hold on. Before that, he already fought, what's his name? Francis Ngannou. He lost that, came back and won against Taito Ivasa, and then fought John Jones, lost that, came back and beat Sergey Spivak. Everyone's like, all right, you need one more win that doesn't include fouls. He couldn't help but grab the cage. He robbed Volkov, because if you watch this fight, everybody knows he robbed Volkov. Volkov clearly won this fight, but anyway, they say, let's put you against Tom Aspinall. And we were okay with this, because we thought Tom Aspinall would fuck him up. But instead, he was very crafty in this fight with his eye pokes. So, I know we all know about the Tom Aspinall eye poke. This is when people started talking about his fouls, even though I just showed you, I don't know how long this video has been going on for, but however long worth of fouls that he's been doing. I just want to show you in this fight itself that there wasn't just one eye poke and that there were warning signs early for the eye pokes. So we are at 4 minutes and 4 seconds of this fight. And I just want you guys to pay attention to his fingers. This is in very slow motion, so you can see. He's getting ready. Boom. Now, this is illegal. Like I mentioned before, having the fingers out like that is illegal. Let's look at Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall, his whole thing is blitzing. He comes in with his 1-2, in and out, in and out. And we know in this fight, he planned on wrestling. Now, how are you supposed to shoot a takedown when there's fingers in your fucking eyes like that? Right? People don't talk about this in the fight. They just talk about the end combination. This is early on. This is 1 minute into the fight. The fingers are already out and visible. And it even, look, where does Tom Aspinall go now? Where does he move? He has to move backwards. He can't pressure anymore because there are fingers right in front of his eyes. You thought that was over. Let's go 5 seconds ahead. Where Tom Aspinall, let's go back a second. Tom Aspinall is going to shoot a takedown now. Now let's see what happens as he's shooting the takedown. He puts out the fist, okay. You guys see these fingers? Do you see that motion the fingers did? He has to he has to slip the eye poke. Let's see it again. Let's see that eye poke slip. You ready? The fist is there. You think it's a fist. You think it's a fist. Boy, is it not a fist. There goes the fingers right in front of Tom Aspinall, and he ends up shooting the takedown a little bit off center line because of that eye poke, and then he doesn't get it, right? And this is the only takedown that he has shot in this fight, and his plan was to shoot takedowns, but it's pretty hard when someone sticks their fingers out. We're not done yet. So far I showed you 2 things where he didn't actually foul him. I'm just showing you the fingers were out there. And the ref should have already warned him by the time those fingers are out, hey man, be careful from the eye pokes. I just saw you twice stretch your fingers out. Nothing happened yet, but be careful. Like I showed you in that video where he's putting his palm on the guy's face. It's like, you didn't eye poke, but be careful because now I warned you. Now if you do it, it's your fault. Let's move on to 6 minutes and 3 seconds. So until now, no harm, no foul, right? No pun intended. No harm, no foul. But let's see what he does over here now. Let's see what this crafty fouler does here. You guys ready? You guys ready? And boom! He tricked him. You thought it was going to be the right hand that pokes you in the eye. No. The left hand. He's getting good now. He's getting good. Faking the right eye poke, coming in with the left eye poke. Eye poke him in the face, and then falling down. And what's so funny about this whole sequence, he didn't even throw a strike. He covered the distance just to throw an eye poke. Look at this. Coming in. Is it that hand for an eye poke? Nope. It's this one right here. Boom. Get out of here. Raking him right in the face. He pulls out the eye poke raking technique. This time he didn't want to stab as much. He likes the rake more. He likes peeling down on your face like this. That's just like what he really appreciates doing. So yeah, so you guys want to see something funny? So let's go back a second. And I want you guys to just see this whole sequence. Because in this sequence, at no point does he do anything other than eye poke. Watch this. There was no strike thrown. He's just eye poking for the love of the game. And then he looks stupid. Yeah, look dumb, you motherfucker. Jesus Christ. And then obviously that brings us to the real problem. So that was an eye poke. It was not called by anybody. The ref didn't warn him at that point. The ref did warn him at moments in this fight because there were other moments also where he was keeping the fingers out. I just chose a couple of those, but that was the first eye poke, which means if for some strange reason there was another eye poke in this fight that caused the outcome of this fight to completely change, a point should be taken, and if the fight is over, he should be disqualified, right? That's just what has to happen in that kind of situation. Am I right? Am I right, Miami? Okay, so let's go to 9 minutes and 8 seconds. And what is he doing here but eye poking him? No way, Ciryl Gane? What? Who could have seen this coming? Now this is gruesome. Let's everybody put your attention to this little circle right here. Hands completely stretched out, nowhere near a fist. There's no possible thing you could do from this position other than eye poke. If I froze this frame and I said, what is his plan? You'd be like, well, it's obviously going for the double eye poke. It's positioned perfectly. This finger is in front of this eye. This finger is in front of this eye. So let's just go through it. Boom. So first he stops the face. Palm on the face. Now let's dig it in, right? That's the part of the raking. Now dig right into the eyes. And now that we've done the double eye poke over here, now that we are done with the double eye poke, whoa, bro, look at how much finger comes out of the eye. Never in your life look at this, because you can barely see his finger. It's disappeared into the eye. And now look at the penetration, and now his pullout game is awesome. Look at that pullout game. Whoa, nice. That's insane. And here's poor Ciryl Gane. Not Ciryl Gane. I will never say poor Ciryl Gane a day in my life. Poor Tom Aspinall. Basically, and they stopped this fight. They had to. Tom Aspinall could not continue due to being poked in both of his eyes. And then it became a no contest, and they throw Ciryl Gane right into another title fight because he just gets to do that. It's like obligation from now on. He's only fighting for the title, no matter if he loses. No contest. So this was a no contest. It should have been a DQ. Now that I've shown you the 2 times that he almost eye poked by stretching out the fingers, and then the eye poke. This is the second eye poke, and this is all within 1 round. It never left round 1. He's an active fouler. All right. Anyway, Tom Aspinall had to get surgery. He still hasn't come back from this. And Ciryl Gane just moves on to his next victim, who's poor Alex Pereira. Poor Alex Pereira. This is his last foul. Alex Pereira. And yeah, let's just look right into it. So, this is a perfect shot he lands. Perfect jab that drops Alex Pereira. I'll never take that away from you. That is a perfect jab. But let's look at what happens after this perfect jab. And when this happened, I was already in shambles, just because, no, not by Alex Pereira. But now what? That one was fine, okay? Now this is where the misconceptions happen. I see a whole bunch of clips of people picking the shots that are clearly not the back of the head and being like, guys, look, it's not even back of the head. Yeah, I know, motherfucker. How about show the ones that are back of the head, because those are the ones that are back of the head. Stop showing the ones that aren't. Okay, now let's look at the back of the head shots. So, the first one, and this is one of the most brutal ones, is this one right here. Boom! Right to the nape of the neck. That is forearm on nape of the neck. There's no way to argue it isn't. Let's look at that one more time. So, this one's a solid ground and pound shot. And this one right here. Boom! Forearm right to the nape of the neck. And there's, okay, now think of it this way. You were just dropped as Alex Pereira. You were dropped by a jab somehow. What the fuck, man? But anyway, he was dropped by a jab. And now he just got hit with a big ground and pound back of the head shot. So, it's not helping things out. That one was fine. And that one was a very powerful, legal shot. That one was fine too. And this one was fine. Okay? So far, only one illegal shot. He's doing good so far. For Ciryl Gane, ground and pound, this is better than average. But this is where he gets brutal. Okay, let's just do... Okay, almost need him in the face over there, but you didn't. I appreciate you listening to your dark side over here and not fouling. Now let's get real comfortable for what's about to happen. So he sits over, and Alex Pereira is recovering over here. He's going for a single leg, as shitty as it may be. And let's look at this. Boom, right to the back of the head. There's no argument that is an elbow right to the back of the head. But we'll say that one was side. That one was side. Hey, I'm fair. I am fair. So far, there's one illegal, one legal. Bam. And now there's no way that was not an illegal shot. Because just look at where Alex Pereira's head is. Alex, bro, that's brutal. You guys saw that freeze frame I just had? Where the elbow is just on the back of the neck? Jesus Christ. That one is legal. And now as Alex Pereira's head comes down to the canvas, boom, right to the back of the head, that elbow. And even if you didn't count that one, you think it's over, don't you? That one will say is legal, right? That one will say it was side to the head. That one side to the head. Bam, right to the back. And I know you guys are thinking the 2 inches. That one hits the nape of the neck too. I could be wrong. Let's look at it again. Let's see what's up. We got time for this, guys. That one's fine. Boom. It slides up too. So even if it starts where it's legal, it ends up in an illegal spot. And I don't want to hear Alex Pereira's moving. He's not. His head was facing down the entire time. That's how he keeps on hitting the back of the head. If he was moving, there'd be some legal ones in here. He's not going anywhere. That one hit the shoulder. Okay. Another shoulder one. And now, so now he's changed. He goes from back of the head elbows to back of the head hammer fists. You guys ready? Right to the back of the head, that one. Let's look at that one again. I want to get a nice freeze frame of him on the back of the head. What is he covering, boys and girls, if it isn't the nape of the neck right there? You thought he's over. You thought it was over. Okay, he missed the back of the head on that one. Alex Pereira's head movement is making him not get hit in the back of the head. So he's actually helping Ciryl Gane out. Boom, right to the back of the head. And look, when you're holding someone down and you're coming downward, you cannot use the excuse of he was moving. No, he wasn't moving because you're holding him in place and hitting back of the head shots. This one's legal, from what I can tell at least. And then one more hammer fist right to the back of the head to call it a day. And now from here, he ends up TKOing Alex Pereira. There's a whole sequence after this. But here's, okay, let's go back and count all these back of the head shots. You guys ready? Let's do this. It's going to be fun. Let's go all the way from the beginning. We're going to let this play a little bit out. He drops him. All right? Legal. Let's just count all of them real quick. One really bad back of the head shot, right? We got one so far. We're going to pause it for safety. So far we're at 1. Everyone's counted together at home, right? All right, all right. Let's go, man. Please speed up, bro. Yeah, okay. We sped up a little bit. 2. That one's legal. We're okay with that one. That one was legal. 3. So far we're at 3 back of the head shots. That one we'll say was fine. Anything else? That one we'll say was fine. Hey, we're fair. 4. We could take that one away. I won't even count that one because, so we're at 3, right? Okay, that one's fine. This is on UFC's YouTube, so they should not have a problem. 5. There were 2 over there. That's why I skipped from 3 to 5, just so everybody knows. And 6. Any more? You're going to land one more crafty back of the headshot? 7. Okay, so in the beginning when this fight happened, I said there were 11 back of the headshots. I regress. There were only 7 back of the headshots. At worst, there were 5. Like, if you're being absolutely generous, there were at least 5 clear back of the headshots here. And this is a very big problem because Alex Pereira gets brutally dropped, okay? And I don't think he was going to win this fight after getting dropped like that. But imagine getting dropped. He still made it up to his feet. At the end of all this, he's still on his feet with all the back of the headshots, and he survived for like another 30 seconds. Now take away 7 back of the headshots, because ground and pound is effective. Back of the head ground and pound is super effective. That's why it's illegal. It's very dangerous. And Herb Dean, not a single warning happening over here, and he has taken a lot of flack for this, as he should, as well as all the other shit he's been up to lately. But that's 7 ground and pound back of the headshots, and he still recovered. Now think if none of those were there. How much more would he have been recovered? I'm not saying it would have affected the end of the fight, but we don't know. And that brings me to my point at the end of this video. Because we finally made it to the end of this. It's impossible to say that Ciryl Gane is not the dirtiest fighter in MMA after everything I've shown you. If you've been paying attention to this video, as long as it may be, he is the dirtiest fighter in MMA ever. There's nobody close. Jon Jones is the second in command, and we saw who won the fouling battle between the two of them, right? This is insane. It's insane. Let's just recap for a second, okay? So, we start off with 12 to 6 elbows. Then we go on to knee to ground an opponent. Then we go on, and then after that knee to ground opponent, there was also that eye poke, remember. Then we go on to grabbing the cage for ground and pound. Then we go on to the eye poke, the groin shot and eye poke of Dontel Mays. Then we go on to the eye pokes and the groin shots of Jairzinho Rozenstruik, plus the eye poke of Alexander Volkov. Then we go on to all the stuff he did to Dos Santos, including the elbow to the back of the head and the eye poke and the groin strike. Then we move on, so that's when the other eye poke happened. Okay. And then we move on to the Derek Lewis cage grab and back of the head ground and pound. Then we have the Tai Tuivasa back of the head ground and pound. Then we have the Jon Jones eye poke and groin strike. Then we have the Sergey Spivak back of the head shots. Then we have the cage grab by Volkov. Then we have the eye poke of Tom Aspinall. And then we finally have the Alex Pereira back of the head shots. So if you have been paying attention to this video, let me make myself bigger a little bit for this last part, right? Whoa. If you've been paying attention to this video, you just have to admit that he's the dirtiest fighter in the UFC, in MMA in general, and there's just no argument for it. And what do you do with this? Like, he's going to keep on fighting. His next fight is against Tom Aspinall. So if you're a referee and you see this video, or if you just see, like, all of the different clips out there, because there's a lot of clips out there highlighting all of this. I'm just making long-form content of it. What do you do? Like, obviously you're going to warn him in the back, but the second he does anything, you have to take a point. If he even puts those fingers out, hey, you do that again, you're getting a point taken. The back of the headshots, you have to be careful. You have to watch all that. Like, he's just getting away with this. Like that meme. He can't keep getting away with this. But he is. He's getting away with it. I don't even know what to do. I really think he should get cut from the sport. I'm not even kidding. If you're doing that many fouls, there's no such thing as an accident. You have to say that he just doesn't care for fouls. I don't think he's intentionally aiming for the back of the head. I don't think he's intentionally aiming for eye pokes. Back of the head, I take that back, actually, because I think he thinks it's effective, and no one's stopping him, so why not? But regardless, you have to at least say he doesn't care for the rules. He's not going to let the rules get in the way of him winning. And as a ref, and you see that, that has to be penalized by him getting disqualified. Enough with that, with like, no more warnings. You're disqualified. You do one illegal thing, you're disqualified, or get out of our fucking sport, bro. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. It's a little bit different than the normal video that we usually make, guys. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and stick around for see what we have more in this channel. And that's all it for today. So like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys later. See ya.